or be destroyed by a hidden bomb. Capture the enemy's flag and win the game.
Play the game without the goof. It's Pie Face. Pie Face, the goofiest, funniest suspense game. Just reset the mystery handle, load the sponge with water, or ask Mom or Dad to put on topping or foam. The spinner tells you the turns to take, but watch out.
It's loony and goony and practically swoony. You'll shake and you'll quake at the sights that they make on the Milton the Monster Show.
See in the window, the Gila Gorilla, full of charm and appeal.
Up and Adam, it's Adamant. His strength, his might, his speed, his fight.
What an agent, what a squirrel. He's got the country in a whirl.
You take your hammer, then you aim it straight. Hold it tight, swing it right, bash! It's great! Oh, it's bash, 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 brand new Milton Bradley game.
He's here! My mystery date!
Mystery date. Are you ready for your mystery date? Don't be late, it could be great. Open the door for your mystery date.
It's Mystery Date.
It's Operation, Milton Bradley's goofy game for dopey doctors. Here's your patient. You take a card.
Remove funny bone.
Careful, if you touch the sides, you blew it, Charlie.
So play the game of life.
That's why.
The object of booby trap is to remove the playing pieces without moving the spring bar as much as from here to here. The fewer the pieces, the more the excitement.
Pop-O-Matic pops the dice. Pop a 6 and you move twice. Trouble, trouble, that's the name of Koner's Pop-O-Matic game.
These are just a few of the designs that can be made with Spirograph by Kenner. Change wheels, change colors. Make a million multicolored designs, each so beautiful your eyes won't believe what your hands have done.
Get extra easy bake sets to make goodies all year long. Be sure it's Kenner's Easy Bake Oven.
Pick sides with either Quake or Quisp.
Or Quake.
Or Quisp. 2 new cereals from Quaker. Sort of a breakfast feud.
The Electro-Shot Shooting Gallery by Mars. Squeeze off shot after shot with this electric rifle. Press the switch, it's a rapid-fire submachine gun. Reloads itself, too. And what a wild choice of targets. Bag a lion, clang the bell, rock the clown, wind up the revolving ducks, and see how good you are. 8 clanging, spinning targets.
Meet the men from Super Service, facing danger just for kicks. Half a dozen super strong men, who are called the Super Six.
C-double-O-L, C-double-O-L Mac. Cool Mac Cool. Dangerous is business.
Presenting Frankenstein Jr. at the Impossibles. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Space Ghost!
He is saved by a giant caveman. And so begins the friendship and adventures of Dino Boy and Ugg the Caveman.
King Kong, you know the fame of King Kong, 10 times as big as a man.
And the call goes out for the mighty heroes. Strong Man, Cuckoo Man, Tornado Man, Rope Man, and Diaper Man.
for truth, justice, and freedom with superpowers far beyond those of ordinary mortals.
It's Superman, Superman.
The Space Cadets, starring Scooter, Jenny, Countdown, Snoopy, and Popstar.
Hey, give me a smack. A wonderful smack. Okay. And 'cause you're me brother, I'll give you another.
Two or more can play this game, but watch those straws, they're not the same. Some are heavy, some are light. Try to pick the one that's right.
The last straw.
Spider-Man, Spider-Man, does whatever a spider can. Spins a web any size, catches thieves just like flies. Look out, here comes the Spider-Man.
Aquaman, swift and powerful monarch of the oceans, with ability to summon and command all creatures of the deep. Hal Jordan, test pilot, becomes the Green Lantern. Police scientist Barry Allen becomes the Flash.
George of the jungle, strong as he can be. Watch out for that tree. Bad guys for a loss, and he will bring them in alive and kicking. There is one thing you should learn when there is no one else to turn to. Call a super chicken. Tom Slick. Tom Slick.
All strong, all brave, all heroes. They're the Herculoids.
Hey, fellas, what time is it?
It's cartoon time!
Yay!
When you find yourself in danger, when you're threatened by a stranger, when it looks like you will take a licking, there is someone waiting who will hurry up and rescue you. Just call a super chicken.
I would play the whole thing.
I like Super Chicken. He's kind of cool.
Super Chickens. Well, I didn't have my mic on. I had everybody else's mic on but mine.
I have a new profile. Look at this. You can't see my face.
That's right.
In case you can't tell, folks, our topic is Saturday morning TV classics, and we have a special guest, Mr. Michael Hopkins.
There he is right there.
He's a fan of the show and a frequent caller, and he's here in studio at our Studio East.
Yes, he's right here in person, live.
Yeah, he is. He brought food.
That's true.
he brought candy,
food,
he brought
candy.
Cookies, and was just left over from Halloween.
No, I brought it new for y'all. You just opened the bag.
Oh, well, there you go. There you go. He did. Chance,
we have tons of clips.
Lower your mic just a little bit, Chance, so I can see Michael a little bit better. Thank you, sir.
How's that?
That's good.
Well, just tilt it up.
That's okay.
There you go.
All right. That's better. So where are we going to start, fellas? Talking about Saturday morning. We're talking about live action. We're talking about cartoons.
Well,
we have
everybody
clips.
watched TV cartoons and Saturday morning when you were kids.
True.
But, I started watching in the late 50s, early 60s.
Yeah.
You're dating yourself, Al.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I'm experienced.
We're going way back in time, folks. Way back in time to our childhoods today.
Well, one of the first ones, I think you have a clip that I remember, was Rough and Ready.
Rough and Bloody Ready. But
that was on NBC. It was on from 1955 to 1960.
But sadly, that's the one clip I didn't bring in. So that's
well, it was on from 57 to 1960. They had Rough the Cat.
Yes.
And Ready the Dog.
That's
now,
right.
The dog was kind of dumb.
The dog was kind of dumb.
But he was a good-natured dog.
Yes, he was.
Hanna-Barbera. One of the first big Hanna-Barberas.
Yes, it was. And it was put them on the map, if I'm not mistaken. Well, yeah, that's what I remember about Rough and Ready. You don't remember, do you, Chance?
No, I don't. But I have stuff from my generation, Generation X, that people in my age group or younger will appreciate and like as we go on. We're going to go in chronological order.
We're going to try to.
Yeah,
Yes.
we're going to try. We're going to do our best. Here's the theme song from it. Ready, here comes Rough and Ready.
You remember Rough and Ready, don't you, Michael?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
Yeah.
No, we were kids, you know.
Yeah.
And the funny thing about it was Ready was spelled R-E-D-D-Y. It's not.
Not R-E-A-D.
R-E-D-D-Y.
It's R-E-D-D-Y.
Yeah. And what Hanna-Barbera did was something kind of interesting, even with Magilla Gorilla and some of the other shows. They would incorporate the sponsorship and the open and stuff like that. Like Magilla Gorilla was brought to you by Hey Deal Toys, you know, and they put that in the open. Now, when it became syndicated, Magilla holds up, and I'll show you the clip in a minute. Magilla holds up a balloon. You'll see Ideal, but in the later sitcom, in the syndicated versions, they replaced the balloon with a picture of him. On the balloon,
You have to go
obviously.
Back, they have to go back and re-edit.
Yeah. So they obviously have to put themselves in a corner there, you know.
You know, networks did that when they syndicated stuff. I mean, we're not talking about, but I remember when Bonanza was syndicated, they called it Ponderosa.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't called Bonanza.
And did they take the theme song? Didn't they redo
used the same theme song?
Because the DVD sales from Bonanza or Ponderosa has a different theme song on it. They've taken it out. So
that's because they want to pay the
yeah,
rights for it,
exactly.
Well, another TV show that I watched early on when I was a kid was Fury.
Fury.
The
Yes.
story of a horse and the boy who loved.
That
Remember that?
Yeah. No, that was no. I'm thinking of Flicka. Flicka was another one.
Well, Fury was on from 1955 to 1960. Peter Graves was in the show. He played Jim Newton.
Correct.
And Bobby Diamond was his adopted son.
Yes.
Peter Graves from Mission Impossible?
Yes.
And
Yes.
James Arness's brother, who was
That's
Marshall
correct.
Dillon on Gunsmoke?
That's
Fury,
correct.
the TV series Fury.
That's
Remember
hard
that?
to believe, isn't it?
Michael, remember that?
Yeah.
Where the pounding
Yeah.
hooves of untamed horses
And this is the open.
Yeah.
meadows and canyons. Every herd has its own leader, but there is only one Fury.
That's right.
Fury, king of the wild stallions.
King.
And here in the wild west of today, hard-riding men still battle the open range for a living.
There he is, a very young Jim Arness's brother.
Peter Graves.
Peter Graves. Now, this gentleman here, I forget his name. He played on
Bobby Diamond?
No, the older guy. He played also on the Roy Rogers show.
One human voice he's learned to love.
1950s is when this show came out.
55 to 60.
Yeah.
The voice of the boy who once saved his life. Jim Newton's boy.
Jim Newton's boy.
Yeah. There was a movie called The Newton Boys made in the 90s.
The Newton Boys.
It was a Western.
Now, see, Al, I've never heard of this, but I'm entertained. In our pre-show lunch, Al was sort of complaining, I've never heard of Sid and Marty Krofft. I've never heard of that. I'm going to be...
No.
I've heard of it. I
He's
just
heard of
never
them.
watched it. I don't know anything about Sid and Marty Krofft.
Correct.
Other than they had a show down at the Omni.
Yes.
We're going to learn from each other. We'll get to Sid and Marty Krofft later and stuff in my generation.
And then, of course, like I said, there was one I used to watch called My Friend Flicka.
Oh, yeah,
which
I watched
again
that, yeah.
was about a horse,
Yeah.
and it had Gene Evans and Anita Louise were the stars of it.
I remember.
And again, it was a horse. It was a horse.
A horse is a horse, of course.
Yeah, Johnny Washbrook and Flicka. Yeah.
And those were live action shows. I mean,
yes.
Meaning not cartoons. It was real
It
actors.
was real
Correct.
actors. It was, Saturday morning later turned into mostly cartoons.
It did. Hanna-Barbera, Hanna-Barbera started
Well,
off
another early show that was a cartoon was Huckleberry Hound.
Huckleberry Hound,
1958
yes.
to 1961.
Yes, correct.
Had Boo Boo the Bear?
Huckleberry, well, Boo Boo Bear was with Yogi.
Oh, that's right.
Yogi and Boo Boo.
Yeah.
And here's the thing about Huckleberry Hound, which is, he's right here. He's right here in case you didn't see. Huckleberry Hound introduced all the characters. Had Yogi Bear, had Cindy Bear. Well, I don't know if it had Cindy Bear when it first started. But Yogi was part of it. And who else was part of it? Do you remember? I got you. Where's my buzzer? Ding, ding. Wait, where's the bell? Where's the bell? There you go. So we actually got one on Michael. Can you believe that? But Huckleberry Hound was pretty cool, but they were brought to you by Kellogg's.
I love the theme song.
The Huckleberry. Yeah. Let's listen to a clip from
Michael.
from
You
that.
remember Huckleberry Hound?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you like Huckleberry Hound?
Who doesn't remember Huckleberry Hound?
Well, he was always walking around singing "My Darling Clementine."
True, he really was. I don't.
Oh,
but see, unlike here, I don't remember him being a dog catcher because he's got a net in this Funko plaything. Let's listen to this commercial. This commercial's cool because it includes Huckleberry Hound. He's roaming. He's showing you Jellystone Park for the first time it's ever seen. And guess who's in the cave? Well, you'll just watch it and see. Let's watch this clip and enjoy it.
Howdy, folks. Welcome to Jellystone Park. For the first time on TV, we will show a bear as he wakes up. We got to be careful, because these critters are cranky after a long winter's sleep. What did I tell you? He sounds plenty cranky.
Good morning. The best to you. Which morning?
Oh, Mr. Bear.
Yogi is the name, sir.
I thought you were supposed to wake up cross as a bear.
Always do. Until I have my Kellogg's cornflakes. Have some.
I'll have...
I had cornflakes today for breakfast.
Did
I
you
like
really?
Cornflakes. I still eat cornflakes.
Yeah. Cornflakes are good.
I don't like Frosted Flakes. I like cornflakes.
Most days, you would think someone pissed in your cornflakes because you're in a bad mood. I'm just teasing you.
Oh, you're just a... you need to kill this money.
Now I've knocked the bells off the table. I'm sorry, Al. I hope that didn't hit you and hurt you.
No, it didn't.
All right, so hand it to me. All right.
You want it back?
No, that's okay.
Here.
That's okay. That's
Here,
okay.
take it.
All right, thank you.
But I like Huckleberry Hound.
So what's next, guys, in Saturday Morning Land?
Just sit still.
Still works. Huckleberry
Well,
Hound's
another
good.
one that I liked on Saturday morning was the Bugs Bunny show.
The Bugs Bunny show.
I love the opening theme. Overture, hit the lights.
Yes,
This
that,
is it.
that was
You
was
got
a
that? You got
yeah,
that queued
sure,
up?
sure. I've got that one. You want to hear that?
Can we hear
Let's
it?
listen.
Hear it.
Let's listen to a little bit of the Bugs Bunny Roadrunner Hour, as it was later called.
The Bugs Bunny Roadrunner Show.
Overture, cut the lights. This is it, the night of nights. No more rehearsing and nursing a part. We know every part by heart. Overture, cut the lights. This is it, we'll hit the heights. And oh, what heights we'll hit. On with the show, this is it. Tonight, what heights we'll hit. On with the show, this is it.
Starring that Oscar-winning rabbit, Bugs Bunny.
And also starring my fast-feathered friend, the Roadrunner. Roadrunner, meep, meep.
So anyway,
I
I
think
love
that
that,
show was
man.
sponsored by Post, wasn't it?
yes, it was. Yeah, I think
Bugs
it was.
Bunny Roadrunner Hour.
Well, what do they mean by Mr. Sis? Is that what they said? Sit on with the show, Mr. Sis?
No, he said on with the show. This is it.
Oh, this is it.
You were close. You were close.
I never knew.
Close but no cigar.
You were darn close though.
On with the show.
This is it. Yeah.
But it said Mr.
No.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. Because when you're a kid, you remember certain things.
Yeah, I just remember that.
Just like the Jimi Hendrix song "Foxy Lady," people used to think he said, "Excuse me while I kiss this guy."
Yeah.
Kiss this guy. No, he's saying kiss the sky. So
Yeah, well, Bugs Bunny was really good.
Yeah.
And I just saw. I think you sent me a link.
I did.
MTV is going to start running Bugs
Yeah,
Bunny
and
in
that's
January.
and that's what I meant to say from the very beginning. According to Donald McGee, not Bruce McGee, hey Bruce,
Our friend.
our buddy, on the Saturday morning cartoon time on Facebook, he says, "Yes, it's true. MTV, MeTV. Listen to me.
There's a difference.
It's going to add cartoons to their format. Also bringing back cartoons on Saturday morning starting January 1st.
Well, that's
20
cool.
Wow.
That's cool. I'd rather them play the show if they could.
I don't know if they have any of the Hanna-Barbera shows because I read the article.
No, I'm talking about the Warner Brothers cartoons.
Yes.
See, the problem with that is I've seen them all so many times.
Well, of course you have.
When I worked at Channel 17, we had all the Warner Brother cartoons.
Yeah.
We had all the Tom and Jerry
Oh,
cartoons.
yeah.
We had all the Popeye cartoons.
Yeah.
So I've seen all of them many times.
But you had the colorized Popeye cartoons as well.
We
too,
had the
didn't you?
black and white cartoons.
But I thought you had the colorized ones.
Well, no,
as well.
he only colorized a handful of them.
Oh, okay. Well, I was thinking he did more than just a handful.
I remember when we got the prints in there black and white, but he did
Oh.
colorize a few of them.
Well, okay.
And but I'll watch them because they're great cartoons.
Yeah, they are. They are.
And I think Mel Blanc, I saw him in an interview one time. He said,
Who did voice work for Warner Brothers? He did
right,
Bugs Bunny.
He said, we made these cartoons for us.
Adults.
We didn't make them for kids because they were shown in theaters, but he said we made them for us.
Oh, yeah, yeah. You can tell by the tongue in cheek and the innuendo.
And and today with the politically correct atmosphere we live in, a lot of those cartoons are not shown anymore.
No, they're not.
Now we had a cartoon when I worked at Channel 17. It was called Bugs Bunny Nips the Nips.
Oh yeah, I had that one. I had that.
We had to pull it because we had complaints.
I had that one.
And there was Coal Black and the Seven Dwarves.
Seven.
Seven Dwarves.
Seven. Yeah.
SEBBEN instead of seven.
I had there's a line in
Be careful.
Bugs Bunny Nips the Nips.
Yeah.
He's an ice cream guy. Bugs Bunny's giving out ice cream to the little kitties.
Yes.
And the ice creams had little grenades in them.
Yeah. He sure did.
Kaboom!
They sure did.
Them up. That's all I'm going to say.
No, they did, and it was hilarious.
It's hilarious, but
in today's times, you can't play that crap.
No, you can't.
No, well, even back in the '80s when I worked at Turner, we had to pull it.
If you're watching live on Facebook, not on Fistful of Radio or YouTube, but if you're watching live on Facebook, give us a call at 678-570-0970 and tell us what your favorite Hanna-Barbera cartoons are, your favorite Saturday morning cartoons.
Do you have
or just a regular live action show? We're going to talk about Shazam, ISIS. We'll get to it.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite Warner Brothers character?
Oh gosh!
If you had to pick one,
I had to pick one, I would guess Bugs. But
Bugs was great, but my favorite was Daffy Duck.
Oh, he's a good one. So crazy
because he was just so nasty and mischievous. I mean,
in the beginning, he was a troublemaker.
Yeah, he was.
He was. Well, Duck Dodgers he did Duck Dodgers with Porky Pig as his sidekick was hilarious. Well, you remember that, Mike? You remember that? Yeah.
There was a black and white cartoon where Porky Pig was going to re-sign with.
Oh yeah. That was a crazy
and Daffy
cartoon.
Duck talked him out of it. Talked him out of tearing up his contract. That's a great cartoon.
Now what was the black and white cartoon where? I'm sorry that I wasn't planning on going there. That's why I didn't research it any better than I did. But there's somebody calling right now.
That's an odd sounding.
It's an odd sounding ring, isn't it?
What kind of ring is it?
I don't know. Go ahead, caller. You're on the line. You're live.
Hello.
You there? Hello.
Yo.
Must be a bill collector.
Was a bill collector calling?
Because they didn't answer right away.
Well, there was another Daffy Duck cartoon where Porky Pig was trying to sleep, and they were roommates. And Daffy Duck comes home drunk. He'd been out drinking, and he's staying up all night just partying, and Porky Pig can't sleep because of it.
Yeah.
It's a great cartoon.
But the one in Bizarre Land, but what's it called? Where they have the again, I didn't research it like an idiot. It's called Bizarre Land or something. It was a really weird cartoon. Wacky Land.
It's called Wacky Land.
Yeah, you watch that and you go, my gosh, what were those guys smoking?
I think some of those guys were on drugs when they did those cartoons.
No, I think they were too.
It was Wacky Land.
Or at least it seems like it. Go ahead, caller. You're on the air.
I can't hear him.
I can't hear him either.
We got to put on speaker.
Well, wait a minute. Hang on a second. There we go. Go ahead, caller. There you are.
Who is this?
Hello. Hi. Hi there. Dominic from Forest Grove, Oregon here.
Yes.
I just wanted to throw out there, if you guys remember Laugh Olympics, and the best thing about it is it had all the cartoons from Hanna-Barbera.
Yes,
plus
very
some new
true.
ones.
That's very true. See, he's got us on one. You got us on one, Dominic.
Yeah, I love all the Hanna-Barbera cartoons, but you got to love all of them together in one show.
Yes.
And I can't imagine what it must have taken to put that thing together, but that's my favorite.
What show was this again?
Laugh
the Laugh Olympics.
It was like Battle of the Network Stars with cartoons with animated characters.
Correct.
And when was this on?
This is in the 70s, wasn't it? Late 70s?
Late 70s.
Yeah.
Yep.
And what was cool...
I vaguely remember.
Now, listen, the animation, everybody said, well, the animation wasn't so great on Hanna-Barbera. But what was great about Hanna-Barbera is that not only they had great characters, the theme songs were amazing.
Really?
On all of the Hanna-Barbera cartoons. I can't remember a bad theme song at all.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
That's a good call, caller.
That's a good call. That's
Calling
a good
from
call.
Oregon, huh?
Dominic. That's Dominic from Oregon. What else, Dominic? What other favorite? What's your favorite Hanna-Barbera cartoon, though? Out of all
Well,
of
for
those?
sure, for sure it's the Flintstones, and I dress up like Flintstones every year. For Halloween, I just put it away.
Yeah. Oh, did you really? Wow.
But I got to tell you, the obscure ones are really what really swells my heart. Like the ones that no one remembers anymore. Your Speed Buggy.
Yes.
Your Funky Phantom.
Yep.
Goober and the Ghost Chasers. I just, they don't show them anymore. Nobody knows what I'm
You're
talking
right.
about.
No, I
ever.
do. I remember them. I remember them well. Wow.
Yeah.
See, that's the weird part, because when Ted Turner bought them and started Cartoon Network, which is right over there, that sign right there, was
Is it
there.
on camera? I'll hold it up.
Yeah, hold it, because I was out. Were you there
I worked
when
there
they launched?
then. Yeah.
Because when they launched it, William.
I was there when they launched TNT, Cartoon Network.
Yeah, he was there, and right above the on switch, where they turned the switch on, this sign was hanging, and down. And bring it over here. Just let me have it.
You can let me take that home
no,
today,
I'm not.
aren't you?
No,
Why
I'm
not?
But this sign was actually hanging above Ted and Mr. Hanna, and when they threw the switch, so I was. She still has the Velcro on the back of it, because I never did anything with it. But I was sure to take that with me. Well, no, because
wait a minute.
I've had that forever. But that's where I think the lady that ran, I can't remember her name, although you would think I would. I had enough conversations with her that she would have run some of those shows, because Ted bought Hanna-Barbera, and then they combined Warner Brothers with it. But they were running some of the shows, but they weren't running some of the obscure shows that Dominic just talked about. They were running more of the mainstream stuff. But they had the whole library, for crying out loud. Why didn't he take advantage of it?
Well, no, they ran the stuff that people will remember right off the bat.
Yeah, but I agree with Dominic. Don't you think so, Dominic? I mean, damn, he had access to all of them. I remember one day.
Well, he couldn't. Maybe they were other stations in other markets were playing the stuff.
True.
And he was just.
But he had the MGM library, all the Tom and Jerry's and the early Droopies and stuff. But they said,
"Hello, you happy people."
One day on April Fool's Day, I don't know if you remember this, all day long, all they would run is the same Screwy Squirrel cartoon. Back to back to back. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. No, I'm not making it. I definitely remember it. I definitely remember that.
I don't remember.
And I'm thinking,
wasn't that on April Fool's Day?
Yes, that's what I just said. Yeah, April Fool's Day. I'm not saying they did it every year. I'm saying one year they did that. I went, my gosh, what programming genius thought of this? It wasn't a genius.
It was funny. People, like when you watch like Cartoon Network, it was all a big box. All it was.
Yeah.
With digital tapes loaded
Yeah,
into it.
that's all it was. That's all it was.
It was all run by a computer.
Well, it was a digicart system is what it was.
Digicart.
Yeah.
And then they later, now, Cartoon Network today, everything is on a hard drive.
Of course, everything is.
Turner Classic Movies is on a hard
Yeah,
drive.
everything's
on a hard drive.
Yeah, everything is. And the other part about it was...
I saw it, and it had a little... on top of it, had a little switcher on the top where they could go in and program it.
And they had also all these events and stuff, and I've got all these T-shirts. They're packed away right now with Cartoon Network, when they always wore the checkered pants. You had Yogi Bear in the checkered pants, and everybody, Cartoon Network, holding up the Cartoon Network logo that I just showed a moment ago. And I've got a paddle. They had some paddles like they give out at church, and had that logo on it with Yogi Bear. I think Magilla might have been on it.
You still have it?
I still got it, and it's signed by William Hanna. I got him to sign one for me. So that's kind of cool, I thought.
He's just bragging.
No, I'm not bragging. I do have it. I do have it. I should have.
Can I throw a plug out to you guys?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, my friend and I, we run a Fantastic World of Hanna-Barbera website group on Facebook. And I just spent the last 200 days chronicling every TV show, cartoon from Hanna-Barbera.
Wow.
And it was a great little project, but it was, of course, time-consuming because I had to do it every single day. But if you want to come over to Facebook and go to Fantastic World of Hanna-Barbera, you'll see everything and more.
I'll check that out. Cool.
Now, how many tunes have you got up there? I mean, you get tunes, or do you have just the chronological listings?
I did
or
it chronologically.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I did it chronologically, and I might start doing their specials and their movies now too.
Yeah, that's fantastic. That's a labor of love right there, because that
My
took
favorite
you some
character
time.
from Hanna-Barbera, though, was Top Cat.
Was Top Cat? Yeah, Top Cat.
Oh yeah,
Top Cat was great.
I love that he was picking up the garbage can lids. You know.
Yes, that was great.
I also like Touche Turtle, but I kind of like
Touche
Top
Turtle and Dum Dum.
Dum Dum.
That's true.
Hey, Dominic, thank you so much for the call, my friend. Okay.
Okay.
Hey,
Talk to you guys later.
keep listening, because we're going to run some pretty cool clips. He hung up before I had a chance to kill his mic. Let's listen to a little bit of Top Cat. Was one of my favorite cartoons as well. Now, what I've got as a child, Chance, I hate to ask you, I should have picked it up. Right over in the corner is an original Knickerbocker Yogi Bear, which I had as a kid.
In the corner.
There's two up. There's two. And grab both of them, because one of them's got the tag. Be careful, because they're fragile. One of them's got the tag on it. One of them does not. Does that one got the tag on it? Okay, just get the one with the tag on it. So this Yogi Bear, actually, it's the other model I had when I was a kid. And this is TV. And look on the other side. It says Kellogg's. Man, I forgot about I had these, and they're right there.
What are you doing over there? You just dropping everything?
But I had him.
Now, he's original, right?
He's original. Yeah, he's
What year was this?
50s, late 50s. Did you just drop Elvis?
No, I got it.
That's okay.
Where does he go?
Don't worry about it. Just put him on the floor or whatever. It doesn't matter.
You've been drinking, Chance?
Sorry, too. No, he hasn't been. But this is basically the one I had, because he had the vinyl hands. And so they came out with different models.
I like these better.
Yeah, I know, but I think these might have come out first.
Chance, here.
I think these might have come out first. Hold that one closer to the camera so you can see the vinyl hands. But you see the vinyl hands. And they were put out by Knickerbocker Toys originally. I've got Boo Boo Bear over there as well, but I never had a Boo Boo Bear. Yeah, you rip his arm off out because he's old. And I've also got McGillicuddy. No, don't do that. but there's also Huckleberry Hound Dog, which came out at the same time. My brother George had, I want to say he had Huckleberry Hound. But I went back and looked at a film that we shot.
He's getting kind of warm.
Yeah, he is. On 8mm, and no, he didn't. He had a Yogi too. So anyway, that's Huckleberry Hound, and he's been sewn up in the back by whoever had him before. And I want to say that these are the disclaimer. These are not the ones I actually had, but they
These would make great chewies for your dogs upstairs.
They really would.
Right. By the way, if you're listening to us on fistfulofradio.com, you can see this stuff on our YouTube channel or our Facebook page, Nostalgic PodBlast. PodBlast is one word.
Al's a mean man today. He wants to tear up all my classic toys. It took me a long time to find them. Mike, did you ever have one of those as a child?
I never had something like those.
Yeah.
Hey, turn your mic towards you.
Yeah, just talking to the mic. That's all.
There we go.
There you go.
But no, I didn't collect stuff like that. I mean,
I didn't have that many as a kid either. That's all I had. I had Magilla Gorilla too, but
I may have. But
that's it.
I don't remember it.
Right. But my mother, as all mothers out there, probably didn't say.
You see my bald spot on TV.
I'm sorry. I apologize. Anyway, continue along. We stopped at you mentioned Top Cat. We kind of got out of order.
Another great show of it was on TV was the Jetsons.
True.
Meet George Jetson. And they're using a lot of that stuff today in commercials.
They really are. They really
George
are.
Jetson.
And all the.
You know who I liked on the show?
Who?
Rosie. Rosie was the
robot.
Rosie the robot. The maid. I like Rosie.
Yeah, Rosie was great, and there was an episode that had Rosie on it.
Did you spray that alcohol again?
Episode number 1. Episode number 1 had Rosie the robot in it. So let's listen to a little.
I like Rosie.
Let's listen to a little bit of this if we can. So Jane's going into You Rent a Maid.
Here, I'd like to rent a maid.
Yes. You have an appointment and your credentials?
Credentials?
Madam, you can't expect to get our maids without references.
Ooh.
We must be sure they go to happy home.
But my mother told me.
Good enough. Any reference from any mother is all we need.
Now, how big is your home?
We have 3 bedrooms.
3 bedrooms.
A slum clearance project. So then you'll want to see our basic economy model from Great Britain. Oh, Agnes.
Hip hip the tea is
So anyway, let's move ahead to Rosie. Here comes Rosie.
coming, sir.
There she is.
Here I am, sir. Yes, sir.
I love that sound.
Isn't it great?
Well, still eager, isn't she? But of course, very Homely.
I may be homely, Buster, but I'm S-M-A-R-T smart.
So anyway, that's
I
Rosie.
love Rosie the Robot.
I do too. But here's the funny thing: you could find action figures and stuff at the job. But I never saw one of Rosie. I'm sure there was one. I just never saw one. Now I need to go online and look for one.
Well, another show about that same time was Underdog.
True. I was going to let me do this real quick.
What is this?
That's the Jetsons theme song. I forgot. I was going to play that.
George Jetson?
Yeah.
They shot
great.
Elroy?
Yeah. Great theme song.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't get any better than this, doesn't Mike?
It's very rousing.
Yeah. Great song.
Put that alcohol away. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll probably get dinged for that, so I'll take it down. What'd you say the other one was called? You liked a lot? Was Underdog. Now, Underdog, I loved Underdog as a kid, too. And, matter of fact, here he is right here. There he is.
Do you know who voiced Underdog?
Are you blocking? You're blocking Underdog. Pick up Underdog.
Do you know who did the voice?
Yes, I do. Do you want me to tell you? You want to tell it?
You can tell.
It was Wally Cox.
Who was a staple on the Hollywood Square.
Yes, he was. But he's also did a show called where he played Mr. Peepers on I think it was ABC or CBS. I don't know.
He was real close friends with Marlon Brando.
Yes, he was. And the interesting part about that story is, was that your mic you just hit? Yeah. Marlon Brando got his ashes when he passed away. Yeah. Go figure. I mean, I don't know. I'm not insinuating anything.
Well,
but
sadly, Wally Cox committed suicide. But
How? With a shotgun?
Who cares?
No. Do you know how? Did he hang himself or?
Who cares? He died.
Well, I'd like to know how he killed himself. Inquiring minds want to know.
We'll look it up on Google.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
Facebook comment.
What?
Oh, we got to.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Talk
Ooh,
about
I love this theme for Underdog. Hold on.
Yes, keep going.
No, I don't want to ruin it.
When criminals in this world appear and bring the laws that they should fear and fight all who see
Great song again.
Underdog. Underdog.
Shut up.
Underdog.
Now, here's the thing about Underdog, which is cool. I as you all know, I collect action figures and stuff. Sorry, I'm a nerd. I've got all the Underdog figures, not just the big one you just saw. The big ones.
You talk about those little.
Yeah,
little
but they came out with the Underdog series and Sweet Polly Purebred and Simon Barr Sinister and all them guys.
Michael, do you like
all them guys? Hmm? We have a comment. Matt says, "Speed Buggy, my favorite, Hong Kong Phooey."
Well, see, that's what Dominic said. Talked about a minute ago.
All right,
Yeah,
I'm
Speed Buggy.
just reading the Facebook comments as they come in.
Speed Buggy. And
Don't shoot the messenger.
No. I'm not shooting the messenger. But I remember. I don't remember. That was after my time. Basically, Speed Buggy was, from what I remember.
I remember Hong Kong.
Well, of course you do. Yeah, Speed Buggy was. When did it come out? 73. It aired from September to December 73.
Wrench, socket.
Here's the opening.
Motor, tires, chassis, speed buggy.
That's me.
Big race today.
There you go. Now, that was back during the Dune Buggy craze. Remember when Dune Buggies took off? They were taking Volkswagens and turning them into, Dune Buggies?
Destroy those little bugs.
Yeah.
I hated
Yeah,
that.
we had one. My dad had bought one and just, fixed it up and made it look nice. And I think he sold it.
Just wasted a nice little car.
But the reason I didn't really watch this show, because 1973, I was a senior in high school. Oh, did I just say how much old I was?
And Johnny Quest was around. Remember Johnny Quest?
Yes, Johnny Quest. Of course, who can forget Johnny Quest? But again, Johnny Quest was way before. Because I was a kid when Johnny Quest was out.
That was in the 60s, and Space Ghost in the 60s.
Yeah,
Which got reinvented. I know, but it got reinvented with Cartoon Network.
Yes, it did. Yes, but so did Johnny Quest.
Yeah.
Johnny Quest.
That's what made me think of it.
Yeah, they made a new Johnny Quest for that, which wasn't bad, not bad at all. So, and Johnny Quest was great opening. Now, somebody...
I really didn't care for the show, but I remember it.
Yeah.
Why didn't you care for it?
Well, I just can't like everything.
Well, you got to have a reason for not liking it. I mean,
I don't have to have
you
a
can't just have a throwaway line. I didn't care for that. You got to say why.
You don't have to shout into the microphone.
I'm not shouting in the mic.
But no, I just didn't care for it. Did you like Johnny Quest?
You just didn't care for it.
You didn't like Bandit the dog?
No, I liked it, all right, but it just wasn't one of my favorites. Yeah.
Yeah, Bandit was great.
To me, the Jetson was much better.
It didn't turn you on.
No.
And Race Banton.
Race Banton. Yeah, Race Banton. But it was way ahead of its time, which is
theme.
Great.
Had a jazzy theme.
Well, theme was all right.
Yeah. It was a good show. I loved the opening, and then they get right here. Then they go inside the plane. They're looking around and flying. Johnny Quest. So then, again, Cartoon Network kind of reinvented itself because he went with Adult Swim and everything. Then they opened up. They started the Boomerang Network, and so then that's where they started running all the classic cartoons.
Well, Boomerang's still around.
Yeah, I know, but that's where you can find all the old classic cartoons. I don't have Boomerang. I've got Dish, and Boomerang's not even on Dish, so I don't know who runs it. I don't know who has it.
Comcast has it.
You know, so yeah, I don't
Charter.
doubt it. I don't doubt
Charter
it.
has it.
Charter has it.
Well, another show do you like the Archie show?
Well, you had mentioned before Johnny Quest. You said something else. What was the other one you mentioned? You'd mentioned
Underdog. We mentioned.
You'd mentioned something else. I'm sorry, I forgot what it was. Because I was going to play that theme song as well because I have video.
No, I had Scooby Doo written down, but
okay.
Now you have a clip we can get to later.
Well, I do. But you mentioned the Archies.
And the Pussycats.
Yeah, but you mentioned the Archies, and the Archies was that bubblegum type era that came out.
They did a song that came out in 1969, #1 for weeks and weeks and weeks.
Yeah,
Sugar.
Yeah, Sugar. Yeah, correct. They had more
sugar,
than one hit. They had more than one hit. Then they might talk about it.
And they were produced by Don Kirshner.
Yep.
Don Kirshner's Rock Concert.
Rock Concert. Yeah. You know, that was a big hit song. I have the 45.
Do you? Oh,
I do.
Yeah.
I think I have it on my jukebox.
Wow.
Well, another show of the same
era. Wait. You're talking about Archies. Wait a minute. Hang on. I'm not finished talking about the Archies yet. Because there it is.
Well, I'm done with talking about the Archies.
I'm not. It was on CBS. And it was created by Bob Montana in 1941 is when that show was created. Let me rephrase that. When the character was created.
It was a cartoon strip in the Sunday newspaper.
True. But from September 68 to 69, and the show features all the main characters. And in 69, the show was expanded to an hour and retitled the Archie Comedy Hour. Wow. And then in 1970, rebranded it again and called it Archie's Funhouse, which featured live action segments because that had become the popular thing thanks to Sid and Marty Krofft and all the goings on. So let's look at what that originally sounded like. And
you have a clip of the Archies?
I've got a clip of the Archies.
Are they singing Sugar?
Yeah, I don't know what they're singing. They're singing Everything's Archie.
Everything's Archie. Archie's here. Betty's here. Veronica too. Reggie's here. Hey Jughead, where are you? We wanna dance and we wanna sing. Have some fun and go adventuring. All our friends are here, but it ain't complete. We ain't the Archies without the Jughead beat. Whoa, Archie's here. Betty's here. Veronica too. Reggie's here. And here comes Jughead and Hot Dog too. So everything's Archie. Come on, let's go with the Archie Show.
Okay, we're back. So I wasn't paying attention.
I got them from all
Now,
over.
don't show that yet.
Now, what I'm showing right now is something that Michael sent me. It's the Archie's record that looks like he cut off a cereal box. Tell me about that.
Was that one of those cardboard records?
Yes, they had a series of them, and they had like 3 or 4 different. They had a blue record, a yellow record, and a red record. They all had designs.
It's not on
them.
camera yet.
No, it's on camera. Look right there.
No, that's not on camera.
No, of course not. So go ahead. They had different ones.
They had different ones, and you could actually tell if you wanted a particular song. They had a list of all of the songs, and crimped on the cardboard back of the box. They had like 1, 2, 3, or 4, so you could actually look and tell what record you were getting. And if it didn't suit you, you could go to the grocery store shelf and get another one.
So these are not cutouts from the back of the box of the cereal, right? These are,
I mean, you could cut them out and they would actually play.
Yeah.
But those are actual albums, aren't they?
No, those are.
Yeah.
But what he's talking about is I sent him
the one I showed.
Right.
That you could cut off the back of Post cereals.
That's cool. But it was Post cereals.
Yeah.
Post. They had to have something because they weren't the best cereal in the world. I mean, well, Post still has cereal. Don't get me wrong, but
no, Kellogg's was the one that was heavily ingrained in.
Yeah.
No, Kellogg's makes the best cereal.
Yeah, Kellogg's. Yeah. So that's cool. That's cool. The Archies. So we've seen the Archies, and the Archies has evolved and evolves. What's the next one, Al?
Well, one that was popular in 1966. We're going to go back a little bit.
Here we go.
Was the Beatles.
Yes.
Remember the Beatles cartoon show on Saturday?
We can't play a clip because they will kick our ass with music rights.
Because here's the funny thing is they had two different opens. One used the song "Help" and the other one's "And Your Bird Can Sing." And I didn't bring in either of those because we would get hit by them.
But I just want to mention it because I used to watch it all the time because I grew up with the Beatles like you did, and maybe Michael did.
And the cartoons show this, and the cartoons. Be careful with that because that's really hard to get closer to the camera. So there they are as cartoons. As I know, everyone watching this knows what they look like as cartoons, for crying out loud. And they also came out with.
What song was in the theme?
And like I said, "Help" was one of them.
Right.
And the other one was "And Your Bird Can Sing."
Yeah.
I already said that. And up here on my wall, which you can't see.
I have all of those.
Yes, these are from Sgt. Pepper, but then they came up with action figures of the Beatles, John, Paul, George, and Ringo, from the cartoon series. And the cool part about it is, I've got it in the other room. I could go get it, but for me to go get it would be a pain in the butt. They came out with a special box edition, which came out in a big box, and they're all sitting right behind you right now, Al. On the stage, see them playing. It comes with a stage and everything, and you can set them up, and do what you want to with them. And my son made the background says it's the Beatles. Well, I took him because I worked at Turner along with Al. I set him up in my office one day, and because he had a day off or something, and he made that for me, and I should take a picture of that and post it. But anyway, so
and in
cool.
the same vein, the Jackson 5 had a TV show.
And none of them. Again, the Beatles. The voices sound horrible. I mean, I hate to rag on Don Messick and Paul Freese or whoever.
Well, the thing about it is, I didn't care about that. I just liked because they were the Beatles, and I didn't pay much attention.
The stories were silly. They had an alligator. For instance, one of these action figures. Or the box, I'm sorry, it's the box that I was just talking about a moment ago, comes with the alligator. It was an alligator that was featured prominently in it. But anyway, go ahead. Jackson 5, I'm assuming it wasn't their real voices too, but it was their real music, just like the Beatles cartoons had their real music.
I have a clip, but I'm afraid we'll get dinged for copyright, so I'm not even going to risk it.
You will get dinged.
Yeah. I got one here for you in the background. Am I potted up just to play it while you talk?
Yeah, go ahead.
Here's from the 60s, too. Remember this? Who could forget?
Cartoons had their real music.
Well,
I don't know. I'm hearing.
Turn it up.
No, I can't do that right now because I'm hearing something.
I'm playing.
I'm hearing Facebook on your computer in the background. Yeah, because I potted you up and I heard our voices.
No, that was the music I'm playing. Wait. Okay. Never argue with the director.
And you promised you weren't going to do that.
All right, I'm ready. Pop
you
me
sure?
Up again.
All right, here we go. Oh, okay. I know what that is.
That's the Pink Panther. We know what that is.
Blake Edwards, the Pink Panther.
That's
Who
true.
did the music?
Henry Mancini.
That's right.
Hugo Montenegro. No, not him.
No, it's Mancini.
Yeah, Mancini did that one.
Who could forget that, man?
Well, what
and the
happened
movie
was-
series. And
Well, they came out with the movie, The Pink Panther. Blake Edwards directed it. And then they had an animated open with the Pink Panther.
Are you eating?
Yes.
How
keep
rude.
going. I'm going to play some of the
And
other
then-
cartoons they
And
had.
then they decided it was so popular they created the cartoon series.
Okay, yeah. And the
This is
Aard-
the Ant and the Aardvark.
that was a great cartoon. Funny as crap.
Oh, the Ant and the Aardvark?
Yeah.
It's part of a Saturday morning series.
Yeah,
And I'll play
yeah.
all of them as you keep on talking
No,
about.
they were funny.
Yeah, and the Aardvark
I love his voice.
was so well done, so well written, I should say. I'm
Music
not-
was by Doug Goodwin,
Doug Goodwin.
who
Oh,
did Ant and the Aardvark.
yeah. It was very, very well done.
And then here's the Inspector.
And the Inspector Clouseau one was
Here we
was
go.
also good. Yeah.
Now, were these theatrical cartoons? Or they recycled for Saturday
They were
morning?
theatrical cartoons.
Right, that's what I thought. I knew the Pink Panthers
but
were,
they had-
but they also had a TV version.
Yes, they
of
did.
Later, they came out with the Pink Panther cartoon show, and they just did. But the animation on the cartoon shows was not as good as the theatrical. They got cheap.
Yeah,
They were
of
just
course.
done cheap there.
But they always get cheap on the animation.
Now, here's one that's a little controversial: the Tijuana Toads in that same series.
Oh, the Tijuana
Hang on a
Toads.
second. Hang on, I got
The
a little
the
commercial.
Tijuana Toads. See, I don't remember that. The Tijuana Toads.
I remember the Tijuana Toads.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You ready for me?
Yeah, I'm ready. Whenever
Here's
you're
the
ready.
Tijuana
Whenever you're
Toad
ready.
theme.
So Herb Albert didn't have to take him to task on this.
Tijuana Taxi.
Yeah. It's very reminiscent, can't talk, of Herb Albert. So,
Tijuana Taxi.
yeah, that's great. Hey, give us a call with your favorite cartoon, Terry, whether it's Terry Toons or whether it's Hanna-Barbera.
I always thought
Saturday morning is what we're trying to focus on today. The stuff you saw on Saturday mornings.
Herb Albert, I always thought he was Latino.
Yeah, he's
but
not.
he's not.
He's not.
But he's Jewish, and I just thought they were from Spain. I didn't know that until I've known it for a long time.
They're
now.
from Spain.
How about this one for you from 1967? Check this out.
All right.
Here it is.
I'm listening. Of course, it's George of the Jungle.
George of the Jungle.
Watch out for the tree. They did a movie Disney did a movie.
They did.
With Brandon Fraser.
Brandon
It was
Fraser.
actually a funny movie.
It wasn't a bad little movie.
Yeah. Watch out for the tree.
Yeah. Now,
I love this part. This stanza.
With what what I liked was, do you have this one? Because that show wasn't just George of the Jungle; it had Tom Slick on it.
I've got it right here.
See, Tom Slick was my favorite. Right,
It was
there.
part of that series. Here we
It's
go.
part of the show.
It's
part
playing
of the
right
show.
now.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, the interesting part about this show is they were on 16 millimeter. I had a print from our buddy Tom Hudgens.
Reel-to-reel film.
Yeah.
I'd never had any of
But he never was. They never had good color. The color was okay, but they were just kind of a dirty color. And it's kind of like the Outlaw Josie Wells of the TV prints. They were all kind of a dirty color.
And from the same series, you've played this in the opening, Super Chicken.
Super Chicken,
Here
of
it
course,
is.
of course. Find yourself in trouble and you're threatened by a stranger and you think they can look and yeah.
There is someone waiting who will hurry up and rescue you. Just call for Super Chicken.
There you go.
Yeah. Now, how many can know the words to that song?
I don't know this.
Now, did you know Jim Reeves, the editor at Turner? Jim Reeves.
I didn't know him personally.
He knew all the words to that
I know who you're
song.
talking about.
He knew all the words, and it just amazed me. I said, "Man, that's a hard song to learn." You know.
What about another series that he was on that I used to watch, Banana Splits?
Good one. And we have video.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, we have a video
Actually,
clip.
I love the theme song. Tra la la
La, la, la,
I did too.
Let's listen to that real quick while we.
I had some of those.
Tra-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. Tra-la-la-la-la-la-la-la.
watch and so do many more. Over hill and highway the banana buggies go, coming up to bring you the banana split show. Making up a mess of fun, making up a mess of fun. Lots of fun for everyone. Tra-la-la, la-la-la-la, tra-la-la, la-la-la-la, tra-la-la, la-la-la-la, tra-la-la, la-la-la-la. Four banana, three banana, two banana, one. All bananas playing in the bright warm sun, flipping like a pan.
All right, so I'm sorry about the audio. The audio was a little distorted.
Great theme song.
So, Mike, tell us what you know about the banana splits, because you apparently kind of wrote the book on it. So to speak.
Well,
No, not really.
They actually based it loosely on Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In.
Right.
And it had segments that were some of them were live action, some of them were cartoons, and one of them that was a cartoon had Jay North and Sherry Lewis called the Arabian Nights, and the Three Musketeers.
Jay North from Dennis the Menace.
And Sherry Lewis did Lamb Chop, the puppet.
Well, she didn't do Lamb Chop on the show, though.
No, I'm just saying Sherry Lewis is best known as performing Lamb Chop. What?
Let him talk.
Okay.
And the Three Musketeers had Jonathan Harris as from Lost in Space.
Gosh, I don't remember that.
And Danger Island. I don't know if you
I remember
that.
That was the live action part of it.
Yeah.
And then later on,
it was a series. I mean, each week Danger Island it continued. It was a continuous.
It was like a serial.
Yes.
And then later on, they kind of packaged it into syndication. It was originally an hour-long series, and what they did was they chopped it down and they combined like Adam Ant and the New Adventures of Huckleberry
Now, we
Finn.
ran it over at TBS when I was there. We had the half-hour format.
Right.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we have Adam Ant.
And they only did 31 episodes of that thing. That thing only ran from 68 to 1970 when its first run.
And the interesting thing is, they've never released it on DVD in America, but I don't know where Region 2 is, but apparently they
That's
got
in
it.
England. That's in the United Kingdom.
But Warner Brothers did release a set.
That's Europe.
Yeah.
Region 2. The PAL system.
I had a whole bunch on film at one time, and our buddy Tom Hudgens
Yeah.
got them. But
You had all of them?
most of them. They came
Really?
from 17 when they got.
Oh, okay, but the half-hour.
Do we have a
version.
clip of Adam Ant?
Yeah, we do. In just a second, but go ahead.
But no. They we ran it at Channel 17, and it was really popular. And then after the contract ran out, I got.
Now here's the funny thing about that show was Sid and Marty Krofft actually credit the series success for making possible their own entry into television, which is interesting. So that's kind of cool.
From Banana Split?
Yeah. So
how so?
Because they apparently, because it's live action.
Yeah.
So that's what they did.
And
That's
it's
what they
living
specialized
puppets
in.
in a
Yes,
sense.
exactly.
It's dudes in costumes, like
Exactly.
H.R. Puffin
Exactly. When you talk about Adam Ant, I used to love Adam Ant when I was a kid. I remember my father bought on Christmas a Sears Silvertone portable black and white TV set for my room.
I had a Sears Silvertone 6-transistor radio.
There you go.
I still have it.
And
I still have it.
Yes,
and
I
it
still
works.
I still have the radio my father gave me too, and you gave me the leather case.
I
for it.
gave you the case for it.
I had a leather case, which is long gone, but Al bought a black radio just like it. I went, I've got that same thing, except mine's white.
See how nice I was? I gave it to you. You can give me that cartoon sign.
Jeepers.
Can we see the Adam Ant?
Yeah, let's hang on, let me put this down.
No, please play it before he has a hissy fit.
Here's which is once again great theme. Here comes Adam Ant.
Up and Adam, it's Adam Ant. His strength, his might, his speed, his fight. He's Adam Ant, that tiny ant, and his atomic power. As what it takes and always makes the vilest villain cower. He's rough, he's tough, and bad guys yell enough when he is up and Adam Ant.
like I said, as a kid, it was a favorite of mine.
And Michael brought a banana split.
That's what I'm holding up for the camera when I'm watching Facebook Live or on YouTube.
Has it got,
I bought a fierce
song
battle
on
eBay for that one.
Let me see it. Does it have the theme song on it?
Oh, it absolutely does.
Yes, and much more. By the way,
and it's a longer version too.
Oh,
the Banana Splits.
It's much more animated.
Movie director Richard Donner directed segments of Banana Splits, and he did Gilligan's Island before that, the black and white first season.
How
before
much
he
was
was
this?
How much was that? I don't remember, but I remember I battled it out on eBay for that baby.
Richard Donner directed The Goonies. He directed Superman the movie, The Omen. He directed Conspiracy Theory. Big time directed the Lethal Weapon series, and he directed Banana Splits.
Yeah.
Here come the
Before
Beagles. The Beagles. I take off on the Beatles.
So the thing about it was
that was another cartoon series.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Now they did a movie here in 2019. I think it was 2000, might have been 2018. The Banana Splits. Anybody see that?
No, but
I
heard
bizarre
it was,
movie.
I heard it was morbid.
Yeah, it was. It was.
It did. I mean, seriously, it didn't seem like it was any of the other characters that they used.
It was bizarre. It was pretty bizarre.
Tom, tell us about Milton and the Monster Show, will you?
Milton the Monster, yeah. So when I was a kid, Milton the Monster was.
Was that on Saturday morning?
Yes, it was. It was on ABC.
Milton the Monster.
It was on ABC. Milton the Monster Show, yeah. It ran on ABC from October 9th.
You remember Milton the Monster? I don't.
You were 35 when it aired. That's why you weren't watching cartoons.
Well, here's the thing.
I'm kidding.
It aired in October 9th, 1965 through September 8th, 1968.
1965, I was in elementary school.
Well, I was too. I was
2
you just
years
missed
old.
it. You were probably watching another network when it aired. You were watching CBS.
It was produced and directed by Hal Seeger, and the series starred Milton the Monster. He was a Frankenstein-looking monster. Let's play a clip from Milton the Monster because they had two different openings, and this to me was the better of the openings right here. Let's listen to it.
It's thrilling and chilling and also shock-filling, the Milton the Monster Show. It's daring and scaring, you'll find yourself staring at Milton the Monster Show. Your flesh will creep, your heart will thump, the sights will paralyze. But then you'll see the strangest things that ever met your eyes. It's loony and goony and practically swoony. You'll shake and you'll quake at the sights that they make on the Milton the Monster Show.
Introducing the star of this show, Milton the Monster.
He blows his stack when he flips his lid. Although he's a monster, he's just a big kid. And now he's ready to go on the Milton the Monster Show.
Brought to you by...
So the cool thing.
Now I remember.
See,
You do? I remember.
Hello, Daddy. but he kind of had a Gomer Pyle-ish type of thing. And the other open, which now that I think about it, I like it better. It showed him making Milton the Monster, and basically his hand got hit with the formula. Oh, too much, and so.
I got to give you props, Tom. Great job on the video today, folks.
Appreciate
I mean, Tom works full-time as a director at the Weather Channel, and he still found time in his spare time to edit and put these videos together for you. So good job.
Well, I appreciate that, but it takes, unfortunately, it takes a lot of time. But he was created by the mad scientist Professor Montgomery Weirdo, and his assistant Count Kook. And it's Count Kook who hits his hand and puts too much nice sauce, as I call it. And Milton is a smiling, good-natured fellow, and thanks to the professor having used too much tincture of tenderness, as they call it, the Milton the Monster was nice. They had a bevy of Fearless Fly, Gung Ho, Fluky Fluke, Hebe and GB. I mean, they had a ton of characters on that show.
Nope.
Well, another show. Are we through with that? Before we get too far, I like King Leonardo and his short subjects.
King Leonardo.
Remember
I've never heard of it.
King Leonardo and his short subjects.
Tell us about it.
It was a funny show.
And it was brought to you by Post Cereals.
Yeah, it came on in 1958.
Yes,
that's a perfect sponsor because man, that's what I would do is eat cereal, Count Chocula, Frankenberry, watching these Saturday morning
King
shows.
Leonardo was very smart. Do you have a clip from that?
Yeah, let's see if I play the right one because unfortunately I didn't label these last two clips.
King Leonardo and his short subject.
As we were coming on,
yeah, it was a funny show.
Let's see if I'm playing the right one. Hang on a minute. Here it comes.
Here comes Leonardo Lion, king of Bongo Congo, a hero line of iron. Where Leonardo travels, his subjects all go too.
There's Odio Coloni, who's loyal and true blue.
I say there's a booming hunter.
And wily witty fox.
And Hooter, who brings fun to you. From Vincent's magic box. King Leonardo and his enemies.
Biggie with his pistols.
Itchy with his fleas. They plot against the kingdom to overthrow the king. Looks like Leonardo has had his royal fling.
But Odio Coloni steps in to change the play.
That loyal skunk with skeleton spunk come through to save the day. You'll find adventure and thrills, laughter a minute too. You mustn't miss excitement like this, or Hunter may hunt you. That's what Leo.
It was great.
I love King.
Great animation.
So it was great. It was Odie Coloni and I remember all those characters now that they all come back. Who had the go for Watch 'em go? I was Underdog. I'm sorry. I did that. I didn't mean to go backwards on you. But that was one of my favorite.
King Leonardo.
No, was in Underdog all the ancillary cartoons that were run within the show, because King Leonardo had them, Milton the Monster had them, Underdog had them, George of the Jungle had
underlying cartoons was Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Yes, of course, Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Yes.
Fairy Tales.
Yeah, Rocky and
Fractured Fairy Tales, narrated by Edward Everett Horton.
Right, let's watch a little bit of that.
I like.
Get set, get ready. Here comes Rough and Ready.
I hate the wrong clip. That's Rough and Ready. Yeah, I might not have brought in Bullwinkle. Sorry, my mistake.
Another Bullwinkle character that I liked was Snidely Whiplash.
Yeah.
And Boris Badenoff in Natasha.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
That's a great show. I have some of those on film, by the way.
Yeah.
I've got one for you guys. Whichever one of you guys wants to cover this, probably Michael. I don't mean to go blue on you, but Josie and the Pussycats.
Yeah.
Well, we're talking about Rocky and Bullwinkle. Can we finish that first?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Rocky and Bullwinkle, they actually made a live action movie of it, which was kind of cool. I think Jason Alexander was in it, and
it wasn't very good.
But it's still, to watch it, it was fun watching it only from the vantage point to see one of your favorite childhood cartoons come to life. It was fun in that respect only. You're right.
Yeah.
It wasn't the best written thing in the world. Just like Munster Go Home. Okay, great. They were in Technicolor. Wonderful. You saw Herman in color. Big deal. The script sucked. Sorry.
Richard Dawson hated that. He was in it in a small role. He said it was one of the worst movies he ever appeared in.
It was. And so was Munster's Revenge, which was a TV movie with Sid Caesar, and that sucked too. But I only say that.
Go from Rocky and Bullwinkle.
I only say that to say this, because you said the Rocky movie sucked. I said it's because of the script. So
well, the Flintstones movie sucked too.
Well, it didn't suck. It didn't suck.
Rosie O'Donnell from 1994, you mean, and Halle Berry?
And John Goodman.
John Goodman?
Yeah.
John Goodman was funny. But
John Goodman was funny, and I've actually got the figure of him which is funny, because from the neck down, it's Fred Flintstone, and from the neck up, it's John freaking Goodman.
We're digressing, but Rosie O'Donnell did a good job as Beta Rubble.
Can we get back to Rocky and
Did that
Bullwinkle?
laugh perfectly.
Yeah.
How did we go from Rocky and Bullwinkle to
Because
Rosie O'Donnell?
we tend to jump around sometimes. So go ahead.
Because it's a damn talk show. Lighten up, Pussycat.
But can't you sit there and listen for a change?
But Fractured Fairy Tales was fantastic.
You need to be a good listener.
Good point.
Was fantastic because like you said, Everett Horton. I thought I had the theme song. I do.
Fractured Fairy Tales.
Yeah. Sorry, it's only left channel only. That's how it came off YouTube.
That's on YouTube.
Yeah, but listen to it. It's just a great little theme. Little fairy flies in and opens the book. The book closes on her. Boom. Yeah. So anyway, that's the close.
And another great one was Sherman and the Wayback Machine.
Oh, that was great.
It was educational.
Sherman and Peabody.
Yeah.
Sherman and Peabody.
It was actually based on true
facts. Yes. That was a great cartoon. I mean, I think that's one of the shows that the sub cartoons, as I'll call them, or the ancillary cartoons, were almost as good as the main cartoon.
Yeah.
You know, because
it's a Jay Ward production.
Yeah, that's why. And by the way, they've just recently restored the excuse me, Bullwinkle and Rocky statues, which used to be on I think it's Sunset Boulevard. I forget where they're at now, near the House of Blues.
Right.
And it was right there on that corner, right as you turn in to go into Rodeo Drive and everything. And he just restored it and put it back because it was there for many years. I always wondered why, because that's where Jay Ward's studio was at. You know. And and then they've done
all those shows are available on DVD, but I mean they're I just love Rocky.
But you know, sometimes I love it as a memory only. As a memory is better than the show itself, you know. But his voice.
In the luxurious penthouse of perhaps the most famous soldier of fortune the world has ever known. Me. How do you do? Excuse the position, just practicing my yoga. Well, now that you're here, we may as well get to know each other.
Now.
My name is Peabody. I suppose you know yours. I guess you're wondering about this contraption. It belongs to Sherman. He's my boy. Here, Sherman. Here, boy. Shake hands.
He was the dog.
Say hello.
No, Sherman was the kid.
I mean the kid. Excuse me.
Now about this amusing.
Now the great thing about
didn't he have the big glasses?
Yes, he did. Both of them did.
As a youth, I was just an average genius.
And the cool thing about Sherman and Peabody is Sherman was voiced by the great actor Walter Tetley, who was on the Phil Harris radio show.
Yeah.
He also did Davy of Davy and Goliath, if I'm not mistaken. He did so many other voices, and he died young, unfortunately, and sadly. But he did some great stuff back then. I mean, some funny.
We used to run Rocky and Bullwinkle at the TV station, but the prints were just horrible.
And of course, you had Scooby Doo, which we don't need to play anything because that's been covered a lot.
Yeah.
But you had Scooby Doo, but Josie and the Pussycats. Let's get to that.
Josie and the Pussycats.
I guess we're through with Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Yeah, we're through with it. Now let's go with Josie and the Pussycats. What you got, Michael?
Well,
I want to punch him in the mouth.
We've got a clip, number 6.
Yeah. You want to hear some Josie and the Pussycats? Okay, let's listen to it and set it up that way.
Well,
Okay?
I do remember this.
Here it comes.
Josie and the Pussycats, long tails and ears perhaps, guitars and sharps and flats, neat, sweet, a groovy song, you're invited, come along. Hurry, see all the pleasure, or maybe friends. We could be a ninja or perchance be with us in Bangkok. Makes no difference everywhere the action's at. We're involved with this or that. Come on along now, Josie and the Pussycats. No time for play tag. Won't run when they hear scat. They're where the plot begins. Yeah. Come on, watch the good guy win. Josie and the Pussycats. Josie and the Pussycats.
Oh, I love that,
That was
song. Isn't that a great song?
Yeah, it was great. Sorry, folks, I didn't hit the fade quick enough. But that was a great show. But again, once again, I never watched it.
I
because
never watched it.
I was always I was a teenager then. Now,
Michael,
you guys probably watch it.
I loved it. Michael, take it away.
Although explain why you watched it, because you were probably a teenager too. I want to know.
Yeah,
more
man,
about
Michael,
this.
why did you watch that crap?
Yeah, Michael.
Josie and the Pussycats. there was a young singer named Sherry Moore who later became Cheryl Ladd.
Oh, there you
And
go.
she,
right. I knew
she was Melody on the album, and Capitol Records put out. They heavily tied into the Josie and the Pussycats TV series. It only ran. I mean, they only had 16 of these episodes.
Wow.
And then later on, they changed to Josie and the Pussycats in Outer Space. But during its original run, they had a promotion where you could send in box tops, and I think it was 50 cents, and you could get. I sent you some images. I don't know whether you've got them, but you could get 45s, and this right here, Chance, if you want to put that, that's almost what it looked like when you got it mailed to you.
Oh, cool.
And so anyway, some of those songs, they're actually really. I mean, some of them are pretty good.
Yeah. You said Cheryl Ladd? Is that what
Cheryl
She
Ladd.
did. That's the first thing she did before she was a television star.
And she sang?
Charlie's Angels. Yeah, she cut a record too.
She had
a hit record.
When she was on Charlie's Angels, Capitol Records actually put out an album for her. I remember walking in Record Bar and seeing it on cassette.
Wow.
I didn't buy it.
And the Buzzer Network, which is a classic game show channel, plays Tattletales, and there's an episode from 1974 with her and her then husband, Mr. Ladd, and she's talking about her singing career. It's before she was an actress. Yeah. And it runs all the time.
And if you've ever seen her, guys, she has aged well.
Really?
Oh, yes.
Naturally.
Naturally. No plastic in her.
I mean, she's...
All the Charlie's Angels girls ladies have aged pretty well.
Farrah Fawcett didn't age too well.
Well,
she's gone since 2009. You sick bastard.
That was mean. That was mean.
Definitely.
You're the one that usually throws
I don't
out
joke
zingers.
about cancer.
That's true.
You throw out zingers all
That's
the
true.
time.
But not
That's
about
true.
cancer. Have some class. Come
That's
on.
true. That's true. But anyway, that's a great thing. Now that show, did it have any? Because I didn't watch it. Did it have any sub shows going with it at the same time? Was it just Josie and the Pussycats the whole 30 minutes?
Yeah, it was just Josie and the Pussycats.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the Archies, I don't know when you want to get into that, but they actually had 2 tie-in shows with that show.
Well, with Josie and the Pussycats, there was also Josie Pussycats in Outer Space.
I said that.
Okay, I wasn't listening.
No, but
even though I was looking right at you.
Hey, Tom, he said that.
It was.
I'm usually saying that to you.
To me. It came later. It didn't run at the same time that the original Josie and the Pussycats.
Yeah, there was only 16 episodes of that.
Right, and then they had a 16-episode run of Josie and the Pussycats in Outer Space, and they were just 72 to 73 season.
I guess it didn't do too well in the ratings.
It must not have.
And I don't know that the music was all that big of a deal when the second series came out, because I don't remember any albums being released.
I should have got a lot of information on that.
Sounds like it was a flop.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting.
But not in the afterlife. You know, most of these things got discovered in syndication and reruns, and they had live-action movies like the Flintstones. And and let's face it, Top Cat lasted one friggin' season. 30 episodes.
That's hard to believe.
I know, and I have the first one on film, good color. I have several episodes on
16 we had. They made a bunch of single cartoons with Top Cat.
True.
I'm talking about the Hanna-Barbera primetime series.
Right.
Well, Hanna-Barbera
30 episodes.
We had the whole library of cartoons.
Yeah, just like
I'm
Wally
talking
Gator.
about one of them, though.
Yeah. Wally Gator, Touche Turtle, all that stuff was single cartoons.
Yeah.
That sold. We used to run on the kids show. I used to do. Yeah.
Now, what you got in terms of the 60s guys?
Wait. Mike had something to say.
Top Cat had Marvin Kaplan, who later became Henry on Alice.
Mm-hmm.
The telephone guy. They worked for the telephone company.
Yeah. But he was on there. I think Benny was his name. Or Top Cat.
Yeah.
Henry, that's my nephew's name. Whatever.
Benny.
Well, one other show
Henry.
I want to talk about that was
he was his character on Alice.
That came on in the 60s. Actually, 1962 was Discovery. On
yes,
ABC.
Discovery.
And I think you have a theme song from that.
All I've got is a theme song, which is very difficult to find anything on this because it ran more than one season. So
it was a show for children and teenagers.
Yeah.
This is an ABC color presentation.
I love that.
All right, listen.
Great song.
And I love the animation with this.
Yes.
Discovery 68, the award-winning program for young people. Gibson.
Sorry.
What was that?
I thought it was on the other back.
But the show came out in 1962 is when it
Did it really?
We're not going in order after all, but that's okay.
Well, no.
We're jumping back to 1960.
You're the one that jumped ahead. You know, you're the one that killed Rocky and Bullwinkle.
So I didn't know. 62? Really?
October 1st, 62.
Wow.
Virginia Gibson was the host.
Yeah, I thought 67 was
and
the
Frank
first one.
Buxton was the host, October 1962.
That show lasted a long time now.
A long time.
So I'm amazed I can't go on YouTube and find a bunch of
It ended September 5th, 1971.
Wow, that had a long run.
It's a long run.
But they, Bill Owen, he was an ABC announcer for the show. He became a host after Buxton left.
Yeah.
And carried the show. And they had a pet hound on there.
They did.
You know what his name was? Corpuscle.
Oh, wow.
I love that name.
Like a blood corpuscle?
Yeah, that was the name of their
Very
hound
strange.
dog. Corpuscle. But,
Weird.
you know, I watched. I love it. It was a great show.
Yeah,
Discovery.
yeah.
I'm chomping at the bit to get to the Gen X stuff.
Yeah,
Can't wait.
Because I'm looking at the earliest one I can find is Discovery 66, which is what you're listening to right now.
Yeah, it came on in 62.
Wow,
Yeah.
I did not know it came up on 62. That's a long time.
It was
You're
a
right.
science and culture show. It was very educational for kids.
Yeah. Wow.
Kind of like Mr. Wizard.
True.
Remember Mr. Wizard?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Even
Mr.
I remember
Wizard.
him.
Yep.
How do you remember him?
Because he would be on David Letterman late night with David Letterman doing
before he died.
experiments.
Yeah.
In the 80s.
Yeah, he had a kind of a comeback,
Yeah.
as it were.
I like
He
Mr.
sure did.
I like Mr. Wizard.
He was on
too.
Nickelodeon.
Now, in and around that same time,
On cable.
Tom Chapman had a song. Make a Wish.
Who is this?
Make a Wish. Tom Chapman.
Who is
Tom
that?
Chapman. Tom Chapman. Pardon me. Harry Chapman's brother.
Oh.
So they gave him a kid show. Make a Wish.
Well, Harry Chapin would have been a part, but he got killed.
True.
Oh, I know. Terrible.
Yeah.
Cats
Yeah.
in the Cradle.
Yeah.
Great song.
Yeah. Yeah. So
do, you
anyway,
remember, do you remember Discovery? You
not
should.
offhand.
You're old
Just-
enough. You should remember.
You know what I just remembered was Rick Springfield had Mission and Magic. Do you remember that show?
No.
Not at all.
That was on, I think, ABC.
That was a mystery to me.
That's a mystery to me. I've never heard of that.
All right, when are we going to get to Sid and Marty Krofft? I'm impatient.
Well, anytime, man.
All right.
We were going to get one more from Al. What was it?
Well, no, that pretty much wraps it up for me.
Well,
sure? I don't want to rush you.
I've
if you have
got
something.
a couple more before we get to Sid and Marty Krofft.
All right.
If you don't mind.
Not at all.
I took the trouble of bringing them in. So,
Exactly.
dag nabbit, we're going to play them. Now, in and around that same time of Sabrina was, Josie and the Pussycats was Sabrina the Teenage Witch. You
I
remember that?
remember that. I
Remember
Now,
that?
that was Melissa Joan Hart in the live-action show,
Right,
wasn't it?
But there was a
cartoon
there was
before
a
that.
There was a cartoon,
And that's what I'm saying. Most people in my generation don't realize that.
and at around the same time of the Archies. So let's run a little bit of this and hear what it sounds like.
Yes.
And all her friends are here again with you. And with Sabrina, there's fun and magic to keep you laughing too. You'll see her tug her ear, and you'll see her disappear. Yes, it's Sabrina, and her magic power can get her out of trouble. But with Sabrina, you're never sure if you're not seeing double. 'Cause she's Sabrina, Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
And you can tell from that show that it was done by Filmation. Because the same people
I
that
love
did
that
Archies.
logo. I love that logo with the round spinning logo.
Yeah. It's a shame we didn't run.
All right, we need to talk about. Michael mentioned, and in fact, we talked about it on the Halloween show. Remember, I showed you the box set, the Groovy Ghoulies.
Groovy Ghoulies.
Yes,
Yeah.
and I think they were kind of based on the monsters a little bit.
They
you
might have
know,
been, yeah.
Were the characters, and I remember watching those cartoons, the Groovy Ghoulies.
I do too.
And Michael, what was that great song? It was a popular song. What the hell is that?
This computer. No, it's not. It's mine. I'm sorry. I apologize.
That was the song "Chickaboom."
Don't you just love it?
By Danny
Chickaboom,
Dewdrop.
Yeah, Danny Dewdrop. That
Oh, it was one of the many political texts I've been getting here lately. Sorry.
Oh,
well, you
no
know,
vote.
You're supposed to mute the phone. I did mine.
He can't in case he gets a phone call.
But he can see it on the
All
screen.
right. Anyway, continue, Michael. Sorry.
The Groovy Ghoulies.
Yeah, the Groovy Ghoulies. Drac, one of the characters, Drac, was actually voiced by. I have it right here. I can't believe it.
You'll find it.
Come on, hurry up.
Come on.
Larry Storch. Larry Storch.
Larry
From
Storch
F Troop.
From F Troop. That's one of Tom's favorite shows.
Yeah, right here. I got a Hagatha, Bella Lugosly. Was it another? Yeah. Mummy,
It said that thanks to television airings of the Universal Classic Monsters, they were having a resurgence, and that's kind of why Filmation decided to bring it to
the Groovy
light.
Ghoulies. Animation was actually pretty good on them.
It was. Well, it was Filmation. Filmation is only so good.
No clip. You remember the Herculoids?
I've got a clip.
Okay.
You got the Groovy Ghoulies?
And the funny thing about the Herculoids, I'll go to that in a minute.
Right.
But
You got a Groovy Ghoulies?
yes, I do. And Bonaparte, he was a skeleton and a Napoleon hat.
Bonaparte, that's a great name.
Ghoulie Hand, Ratso and Batso, Hauntler. It had a lot of characters in it. Icky and Goo, Tiny Tomb, Missy, Mama Casket, a plump green mummy who is a member of the Mummies and the Puppies. Okay. Orville, the Spookatoo Clock, the Asket, the Lovesick Love Seat, and the Skelevator.
They were great, cute little cartoons.
They put out an album on RCA. There's actually an album.
Oh, do you have it with you?
I have an image that I sent over to Al. I don't know.
Well, can you imagine what if they'd have made action figures, they'd have made a mint because there's so doggone many of them.
But the Groovy Ghoulies, they were great looking characters.
Yeah, they were great. Well, let's listen and watch a little bit of Groovy Ghoulies, shall we, gentlemen?
Yes.
Everybody shout! Come on now, sing out! It's time for the Ghoulies get together. They got jokes for everyone with laughter, songs, and fun. So let's go to the Ghoulies get together. Come on, everybody, join the Ghoulies. They're gonna do their thing for you. They're kind of strange, they're real funny. And you'll be glad to know they love you too. Hey, everybody shout! Come on now, sing out! It's time for the Ghoulies get together. You're gonna see how funny they can be, 'cause it's time for the Groovy Ghoulies show.
All right, so that was Groovy Ghoulie. Your favorite cartoon? One of your favorite cartoons?
I have a season 1 on DVD. Yeah.
All right, so now Chance wants to bring up his favorite subject.
Oh, you can turn my mic off now.
All right, go take a nap, Al. Go take a nap, Al. All right.
Listen, I know nothing about Sid and Marty Krofft.
That's okay. It wasn't your generation.
It's not my generation.
A couple of nice Jewish gentlemen.
I remember them being down at the Omni.
Right.
They had.
We're going to get to that. Don't ruin it.
I know, but I don't remember.
Chime
anything about
in when we're there. We're not there yet.
I don't remember anything about it.
Sid and Marty Krofft started in 1969 with the classic H.R. Puffin Stuff.
I'm going to have to kill his mic,
And all of the theme songs were really cool. Now, I think you might have video of H.R. Puffin
Yes,
Stuff.
I do.
Can we roll that, please?
Yeah,
or do you have something to say?
No, let's listen to H.R. Puffin Stuff because it's a great, great song. And who was the star? Jack
Wild.
Jack Wild.
God
H.R. Puffin Stuff. Who's your friend when things get rough? H.R. Puffin Stuff. Can't do a little 'cause he can't do enough.
Once upon a summertime, just a dream from yesterday, a boy in his magic golden flute heard a boat from off the bay.
Come and play with me, Jimmy, come and play with me, and I will take you on a trip far across the sea.
But the boat belonged to a kooky old witch who had in mind the flute to snitch.
From her broom broom in the skies, she watched her plans materialize. She waved her wand, the beautiful boat was gone. The skies grew dark, the sea grew rough, and the boat sailed on and on and on and on and on and on.
But Puffin Stuff was watching too and knew exactly what to do. He saw the witch's boat attack, and as the boy was fighting back,
he called his rescue racer crew as often they'd rehearsed, and off to save the boy they flew.
But who would get there first?
But now the boy had washed ashore, Puff arrived to save the day, which made the witch so mad and sore. She shook her fist and screamed away. H.R. Puffin Stuff, who's your friend when things get rough? H.R. Puffin Stuff, can't do a little 'cause you can't do enough. H.R.
your friend when things get rough. It's our puff and stuff. Can't do a little 'cause you can't do.
That was a great song.
It is a great song. And Jack Wilde was a little celebrity, and he went on tour. Unfortunately, he passed away on March 1st, 2006, at 53 years old of cancer. What kind of cancer did he have, Michael?
He had oral cancer. He had been a heavy drinker and a heavy smoker for years. And unfortunately, the combo was just very deadly for him. And I saw some interviews later in life, and at one point they had to cut a large portion of his tongue out before he died.
Oh, gross.
That's awful.
I mean, it was just, it's another reason don't smoke, don't drink.
I have never smoked in my life.
Now, Sid and Marty Krofft, they had a whole world of characters, and it was like a soap opera for kids. It was all shot on videotape for the most part, except for H.R. Puff and stuff. That was filmed. And then they got into videotape, and I'm holding up for the camera fistful of radio listeners a compact disc of all the great theme songs. 1970, if I'm potted up, I'll play a little bit of this theme. This was the Bugaloos in 1970 with Martha Raye. They had a lot of big actors as the anchor of these shows.
And she really enjoyed doing that part, too.
You mind if I play a little bit?
Yeah,
Martha Raye with a big mouth?
Listen.
Yes.
The Bugaloos?
The Bugaloos, the Bugaloos, we're in the air and everywhere, flying high, flying loose, flying free as a summer breeze, happy as a summer breeze.
That's a great song.
Here's the kazoo solo.
Oh, I got a kazoo.
That's okay. Leave it away.
That was me and my kazoo.
So, they must have been high, these guys. I mean, it was very psychedelic, very psychedelic. I got another one, too, Lidsville in 71, the next year, and this was starring
Charles Nelson Riley.
All right, I can't hear it for some reason. Here we go.
In the middle of the summer, in the middle of a park, there began a great adventure for a boy whose name was Mark. He had come to see the magic man along with all the children, and 'twas so began the day that Mark was never to forget. He performed all sorts of miracles, and Mark was so impressed.
So you get the idea. Basically, it's a rip-off of Alice in Wonderland.
True.
He goes into the hat and goes into basically Wonderland.
Yeah. But it was a great song. I mean, again,
it was.
Yes,
it was
a great
all
song, and the open was good and everything. It was really good.
I'm going to play a little piece of.
Not like Martha Raye. I think she's funny.
Oh, she
was funny. And here's another one, Wonderbug, which was a bug in a junkyard that transformed into like a supercar. And here's how the song went. Showing a junkyard, cars getting slammed around with a crane.
Is there a dog down there?
Wonderbug. All right, I'm going to move on in the interest of time.
Okay.
So
I don't remember that one. But of course, then again,
you'll remember this next one, boy. It spawned a movie. It was before Jurassic Park. You had Land of the Lost. Ready?
Yeah, I've got
Here
you.
we go.
Marshall, Will, and Holly on a routine expedition met the greatest earthquake ever known.
I always thought she was pretty, though.
Yeah. And they're having a reunion as we record this next weekend.
Oh, really?
November 7th, Wizard World is bringing the living cast back together, including Wesley Lohr. Wesley Ewer, he was on later in soap operas.
Yeah, I know who he is.
Yeah.
Can we turn this down now?
No, hang on. Now here comes the dinosaurs.
Oh, do I hear a kazoo?
It's almost over, Al. Bear with us. This is probably the best known, I think, of the Sid and Marty Krofft 1970s classic live action Saturday morning great show.
But I remember the dinosaurs are pretty cheesy.
And the sleigh stacks. Do you remember the sleigh stacks? Those creatures?
Yeah. The sleigh stacks?
Yeah, that was the name of these creatures. They were monsters.
Oh, I don't remember.
Sleigh stacks.
But see, and
they had a little cave boy too.
Yeah.
Well, Michael, you need to chime in. You like Scooby? Sid and Marty Krofft.
Yeah. And here's another one, Johnny Whitaker. Remember, you know who Johnny Whitaker is?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I know who he is.
Yeah, of course, he was on Family Affair. He played Jody. Here's another quick song. I won't play the whole thing.
No, you won't.
Here it is.
On a very weird beach around Dead Man's
Sorry.
There are haunted sea caves, they say. And strange sea monsters have been sighted there. If you're traveling in the area, beware, beware, beware.
We get the idea.
Yeah, that one's not one of the best songs.
So here's the
in my
thing.
opinion.
Now, that was Johnny Whitaker, right?
Johnny Whitaker.
Because I remember he had a very short-lived singing career. There's a clip on YouTube of him performing at like Marineland or something, and the girls are screaming, and he just goes up to the microphone and starts singing. It's pretty cheesy.
It is cheesy. The
Well, he
next
sang
one,
on that show.
Huh?
Sigmund and the Sea Monsters. He sang on
That's
that
what
show.
that's what it is. Sigmund and Sigmund.
and wasn't Mary Wicks in that?
Yes.
Mary Wicks, best known to game show lovers. She was on Match Game a lot, and she was on Sanford and Son. Character actor, lady, of course. Now here's The Lost Saucer. This is a good song. I think you'll like this one. This starred Jim Nabors, golly, and Ruth Buzzy from Laugh-In.
Oh, wow.
Here's the song.
I'm listening.
We got to hear the whole thing.
Let me back it up. Yes, I'm going to back it up to the beginning.
Is that what's in the beginning?
There we go.
Okay.
Can I talk over it?
Let me back it up again.
Do I hear a kazoo? All right, that's great.
Well, listen,
That's great.
it's going to say the stars. Listen. Get off for this crazy ride. It's only 5 more seconds.
Starring Jim Nabors and Ruth Buzzy.
Two major stars.
You could have fast forward to that part and missed the other crap. You know?
No, I like the song, you no-class idiot. Just kidding.
It's just.
I'm just
Okay,
teasing.
so they had.
And Dr. Shrinker's the next one, but say what you got to say, and I'll play.
You got
one of
another
Dr.
one?
Just a couple more. Yeah, these are classics of my generation.
Wait, Mike's going to say something.
Okay.
No, I just remember Billy Barty. He was so funny.
Now, Billy
and Dr.
Barty.
Shrinker in the next one. Yeah.
Billy Barty was the most underrated actor of our time.
He was. I
Don't
loved
you think
him
so?
in Under the Rainbow. Did you ever see
He was
that
that
one?
little guy.
Yeah, he was a midget.
He
a
was
midget.
in one of my favorite movies, Time Bandits.
Yeah.
Did
no,
you ever
No,
see?
he wasn't in Time
No, he
Bandits.
wasn't.
in Time Bandits?
No,
Oh,
it was Brit. Those are British actors and
Yeah.
Little People.
Anyway, so what's
All right, here's Dr. Shrinker. But did you ever see Under the Rainbow, Al, with Carrie
Chase?
Fisher and Chevy Chase? It was about the making of.
Chevy was it a boss? Chevy Chase and who unfortunately the Star Wars actor.
I just said Carrie Fisher. Yeah,
Carrie Fisher.
I did mention her. Yeah.
All right,
All right, here's Dr. Shrink. That's okay.
I
Here's
wasn't
Dr.
listening.
Shrinker. Jay Robinson. You know who he is? He starred as Dr. Shrinker.
I know who he is.
So what's happening is this plane crashes on an island, and it's a ripoff of Land of the Giants, if anyone out there remembers that show by Irwin Allen. This is really nostalgic for people in my age range.
If you say so.
You're not hip, Al. What can I say, man?
Cool.
Here's the very end.
Dr. Shrinker. She's used to getting up on the table.
There. And then I know we have video of this. This is probably my very favorite Sid and Marty Krofft shows, Electra Woman and Dinah Girl.
Oh,
A lot of people had a crush on Dinah Girl, played
What's the
by
clip
Judy
number?
Strangis. Clip number
10.
is 10.
Yeah, you want to hear that now?
I'd love to see it. Yeah,
All right,
I can hear it.
Let's listen and hear some of this.
And don't worry, Al.
Electra woman and Dinah girl, fighting all evil deeds. Each writes for a magazine, hiding the life she leads. Electra woman and Dinah girl. Summon to Electra, face by Electra, come they wear. Laurie and Judy dare to face any criminal anywhere. Woman and Dinah girl.
That's great. That's
I like that, and I like Norman Alden as Frank. He was like the rich, the Alfred, if you will. And it was taken off of Adam West Batman. It was like the female version, but it was low budget. It was shot on videotape.
Now, what
But they
about-
had a little car. They had cliffhanger endings, but there's only 8 episodes. But it resonated.
Was
in
it
my
just 8
generation.
episodes of it? So-
Yes,
of this?
but in the year 2001, they did a pilot, and it starred Marky Post as a like a washed up Electra woman who was the female blonde heroine in the classic Electra Woman Donna Girl. She's living in a trailer park.
Yeah.
It didn't sell as a series, but it was really funny. It was adult. It was very much PG-13, the pilot. And then in 2015, they had an Electra Woman and Dinah Girl series on DVD starring a YouTube star.
What about Judy?
Judy Strangis. She was a really good, well-known voiceover artist for cartoons, and she had a stalker based on her character in Dinah Girl. Unfortunately, she had to sort of pull out of the. And now Sid and Marty Krofft had an hour, the Sid and Marty Krofft Super Show, and that's what Electra Woman and Dinah Girl was part of. And I think you have a clip, and it's going to show shots of Atlanta because in 1976, Sid and Marty Krofft opened up an indoor amusement park that you remember, and you remember, and I was there as a little kid. It only lasted a few months. And hey, before you roll the clip, just some quick background on that. The park was built in the Omni International Complex in Atlanta, Georgia, to accommodate 6,000 visitors at a time. And it opened with great fanfare on May 26, 1976.
I remember they had a huge escalator going up.
And I think our friend Bill
Still
Tush
stayed
did
there.
a piece there for 17 for WTCG.
He did.
But it was featured prominently at host segments during the first season of the Saturday morning program Krofft Super Show. And you have a clip of that.
Yeah, you want to see some of that?
I would love
All
to see
right,
that.
Let's watch some of that. All right, here it comes.
Don't get left behind. Take a trip with us today. We will lead you to a land of dreams. Broadcast some super shows. They will blow your mind away. When you join us, you'll know why we say it's just a crazy world where anything goes down, where most of what appears isn't true. So in this crazy world, we like to be downtown and laugh and laugh along with you. The Krofft Super Show. The Krofft Super Show. Hey, it's me, Captain Cool, and the Kongs.
So that's kind of it.
Yeah, and the theme park, like it opened with a lot of hoopla in the national press, but it really bombed. It closed after 6 months on November 10th, 1976. I'll say one quick thing, and I'll shut the hell up. I've been talking a lot. They had a game that was a giant pinball machine. You were inside a giant pinball machine.
Oh, cool.
Any memories, guys, of the indoor park? And the thought was that you can escape the elements. Doesn't matter if it's raining, cold, hot. You could be inside.
I remember that the Sid and Marty Krofft Theater was still in existence when CNN editing went in, because we had to Turner Studios. We provided some of the editors when they first started.
What do you mean theater?
There was a theater down near the Omni Hotel entrance.
No, there were movie theaters.
No. There was
There
there
were
was a
movie
there was a
theaters
live action theater that you could go to and see live plays or whatever the case may be.
Where? I don't remember that. And I
Yep,
worked
on
down
the,
there.
on the second or third floor.
Wow.
It certainly was.
Are you sure?
Holy cow.
Yeah, I'm
I
very
think he's
sure.
making it
And
up.
that's
No,
where the
I'm
big
not. Why
escalator
would I
came
say it?
from. The big
Well,
escalator was
it
for
was.
Sid and Marty Krofft.
It was.
That was
The
for Sid
biggest
Marty
escalator.
Krofft.
Yeah.
That was.
But
And
then
it's
it-
still around.
Yeah,
at
but then
CNN
it,
Center.
But then it became part of the CNN tour.
That's right. That's right. And just quickly about Judy Strangis on Dinah Girl. She went on to do some acting on 8 is Enough after the show ended,
And Batman.
Chips, and Batman. And you're showing an image before she was on in 1967 in the episodes
In
two
X-rated
parts.
movies.
No, her brother was a producer on Adam West's Batman. No, her brother Sam Strangis was a producer on Batman, and she was in the episodes of Batman, The Bat's Kowtow and The Cat's Meow, which is Catwoman two-parter, and that was in season 2 of Batman. And she did Bewitched with Boyce and Hart as a guest star. By the way, Chad and Jeremy were guest stars on that Batman episode I just referenced.
I like Chad and Jeremy.
And the episode of Bewitched she did was called Serena Stops the Show, and she played a groupie. It aired February 9th, 1970.
Cool.
And wasn't she a student on Room 222?
Yes, she's best known for that from 1969 to 1974, 5 seasons of Room 222 as Helen Loomis.
We got to wrap it up. You want to talk about back to? We hate to go backwards a little bit, but we do sometimes. You're talking about Freddie's flute.
Yeah, the clip 16.
I got it.
This was a premium for 50 cents, and I guess some box tops off of Kellogg's cereals. This right here is on eBay for $649.
Woo!
What is that?
Wow.
It's a flute.
It's a flute made out of plastic.
From H.R. Puff and stuff.
God,
That
cheap
originally
plastic.
you could buy for 50 cents.
Yeah.
It was a mail away offer from Kellogg.
Real quick, will you play the clip of Sid Haig? Sid Haig on you pulled that one. Let's get that. No, you have it.
No, I don't. No, I didn't bring it in. I only brought in 2 clips and we started.
Shucks. Okay,
So
well,
sorry.
Sid Haig was on an episode of Electro Woman Dinah Girl called Alibaba. Look it up on YouTube. Alibaba. It's really funny. And Dinah Girl goes evil. She gets sprayed with a chemical. And the makeup job on Judy, she looked really, really wicked and kind of sexy. Anyway, it was good. And then here's another one I want to quickly play some audio of. Shazam. And this was by, you remember the Prescott Group?
No.
Executive producers? Well, this one, it went right over your head? Okay. Well, Norm Prescott and Lou Scheimer.
Yes, that I remember.
Yeah, here's a couple clips. I just want to play
A couple of
audio.
clips. How about one?
Hang on. Here's just the theme.
We got
some
I'm
more
ready.
stuff.
I got you tracked.
I know,
Let's
man.
go.
Here's
Come on.
Shazam. Shazam.
From among all others by the immortal elders Solomon, Hercules, Atlas, Zeus,
Who did that voice? Do you guys know who that voice artist
I
is?
have no idea.
He worked a lot back in the 70s.
Cartoon.
to right wrongs, to develop understanding, and to seek
That's cool.
justice for all. In time of dire need, young Billy has been granted the power by the immortals to summon awesome forces at the utterance
Here
of
it
a
is.
single
Wait for
word.
it.
Yeah.
All right, so there's that, and it's spun off.
Hardly anything on the left channel.
It's spun off ISIS. Let me tell you this one. I was trying to find this clip of ISIS, which I'm playing now. All this Arabic, terrible, dark stuff came up, you know. ISIS, I'll just leave it at that. But here's what ISIS sounded like. This
All right,
spin-off.
let's listen to that.
This is the last one.
No, there's a couple more. You leave if you want to leave. I'm kidding.
With this amulet, you and your
We worked
descendants
hard
are
on
endowed
this.
by the goddess Isis.
Take
With
a
the
chill
powers of
pill.
the animals and the elements, you will soar as the falcon soars. Run with the speed of gazelles.
I'll cut it short, buddy. Don't worry.
Gazelles?
Listen. Here, wait for it.
3,000 years later, a young science teacher dug up this lost treasure and found she was heir to the secrets of Isis. And so, unknown to even
This is
her
live
closest
action, not a
friends,
cartoon.
Gotcha.
Mason and Rennie Carroll,
I'm sure glad I know that.
a dual person.
Al, you're just a little too old to dig it. That's cool.
And Isis, dedicated foe of evil.
All right,
Defender
enough.
of
In the interest
Dedicated
of time, when I
foe
got-
of evil.
All right, I'll cut some of these
That's
short
great.
since Al's getting
Well-
impatient.
We had enough.
Here's
We
here's
gotta
one
wrap
good
up.
one. Space Academy. Listen, who do you think this voice artist is? Listen to this.
Director, we have to go.
No! God damn it, I worked hard on this. Listen to this. Listen, am I put up? Listen to this.
Welcome to man's most magnificent achievement in the
Who's that, Al?
I don't know and don't care.
If you think and listen, you'll know.
Star year 3732.
Oh, I know.
Say it if you want.
Yeah.
Al, you know who that is, don't you? Listen to the
Dr.
voice.
Zachary Smith.
All right, now.
Jonathan Harris.
I recognize that.
And he was on it on camera. It wasn't a cartoon.
Really?
Here we have gathered young people from the farthest reaches of all the known worlds. They have been chosen for their unique abilities and are being trained to cope with the mysterious, the unknown, the unpredictable dangers lurking in the vast darkness of space.
No, Al. I just got two more. Hang on.
All right, that's great. That's
So that
Jonathan
was Space
Harris.
Academy. It didn't last long. And then this one, everybody knows. Even Al.
Go ahead. Let's listen
It's
to it.
going.
Banded together from remote galaxies.
Cartoon.
are 13 of the most sinister
What is
villains
it?
of all time. The Legion of Doom.
I don't know.
To a single objective. The
What does it sound like?
conquest of the universe.
I don't know.
Only one group dares to challenge this intergalactic threat.
Wait for it.
The Super Friends.
Super Friends. So I'll cut that short. I
Yeah.
wanted to play more, but they had the Wonder Twins on there. And here's some audio of the Wonder Twins doing their powers.
Okay, well, let's...
Hear it? Michael Bell voiced Zan. Luis Williams voiced Jaina.
Shape of an ice ladder.
Form of a mouse.
Shape of, form of. All right, I'll stop that. You get the idea.
Yeah, that's great.
And then here's one more. The Smurfs. Listen to this.
All right.
Long, long ago, deep in the forest,
there was a hidden village where tiny creatures
He was never a big Smurf
They
fan.
call themselves
I wasn't either.
Smurfs.
But it's
They
memorable.
were good.
But I will say this: ColecoVision made a good game, the Smurfs.
I never played it. What was
Yeah,
it like?
it was good.
What did you do in the game? What was the
I
objective?
don't remember, but I remember we bought it because the graphics looked good.
Oh, I hate Smurfs.
That's Al.
I hate Smurfs.
This is Al. Gargamel.
I hate it.
Gargasmell.
You guys.
We gotta
I
say
tell you.
goodbye.
Yeah, we got to wrap
Wait,
it
wait,
up.
wait. Just a couple
Come
more.
on,
couple
come
more.
on, come on.
Whoa. You said a couple more,
All right, wait, listen. Here's the better known version. Here it is. Listen.
All right.
Tom, you need to cut this.
Al, why don't you just go? I got some more. I'm serious, man. What's your problem? All right, there's that. And then hang on. And now, no. Here is Richard Pryor, 1984, live action, and this is Ray Parker. Listen to this.
All right.
He did Ghostbusters.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right.
Bye, Al.
So Al's leaving.
I guess
so,
we're not watching a movie. No, we're not.
All right. So what are we doing?
You piss
you
ass.
got one more.
Yeah,
okay.
just
What is it? What is
one
it?
more.
Let's hear it. Let's
Pee
hear
Wee's
it.
Playhouse. We got to end with Pee Wee Herman, the
All
great
right,
Pee Wee Herman.
Go.
Hang on now. Take your medicine.
Pee Wee Herman. Yeah.
Here, I'll fast forward to the part everyone knows and loves. Here we go.
All right. This is taking a long time.
It is. Let me fast forward. You're right. Here it is. Here's the part I wanted to play. Here we go.
Yeah,
That's not annoying, is it?
Yeah, I was.
That's not too
That
annoying.
almost sound like Cyndi Lauper. All right, so we got to wrap it up.
Yeah, we
in
gotta
all
wrap it up.
seriousness, we got to wrap it up. It's been great. It's been great having Mike here. Mike, I'm sorry that you didn't get to say a little bit more than you didn't say, but apparently we do have one more thing here.
Oh yeah.
Now, because
we have sad news.
Sad news, yeah. Sean Connery passed away, and was he your favorite, Al? Sean Connery.
He's checked
Yeah.
out over there. He's having a hissy fit. Okay.
So Sean Connery was 007. He died at 90 years old, 90 years young, and I'm sure it was natural causes because he died in his sleep, according to his wife.
Very serious, very sad.
Many years.
Didn't you say he had dementia?
No, I said he had dementia. Yeah. So that's sad. We're sad to see him go, but at least he went in his sleep. Okay.
And my last one more thing is this. The Dukes of Hazzard had a cartoon. Listen to how bad this is. This is my very last thing. Ready?
All right, yeah.
Listen to this. Do you remember this one, the Dukes of Hazzard cartoon, Michael Hopkins?
Vaguely.
You remember it?
Oh, I don't remember it at all.
Get this. They're racing in the General Lee to England in a car. How is that possible over the ocean, the Atlantic Ocean?
Because it was a cartoon, they obviously built a bridge.
They did. They had a huge bridge. Anyway, and initially it had Coy and Vance, who were like the stand-ins.
Yeah.
They weren't the real actors because the real actors were on strike.
Yeah.
Tom Wopat and John Schneider, so they brought in some scrubs. And then when they brought them back, when the contract was resolved, the cartoon had the real Duke Boys on it.
Wow. The real cartoon had the Duke Boys on?
It did. It had the real actors eventually, but it started with Coy and
All right,
Vance,
great.
the cousins of Bo and Luke.
Great. Well, that's about all we have time for this evening.
We went a little long, and I apologize for that. I just want to make sure we got everything in. And we had to cut some stuff. We had Soupy Sales and Frank Sinatra.
That's okay. We can do it
Pie
some
in the
other time.
face.
We can do it some other time. Soupy Sales was a great live action. You either knew him, you liked him, or you didn't like him. But Soupy Sales was great, and so was a lot other local wannabes and want to be TV stars, as it were. So I
Soupy
say,
Sales was?
yeah, you know, he was. He started locally, and
You didn't think he was very good? Or
no,
had
he
any
wasn't
talent?
that great. He wasn't that great, but he was well beloved by many people, including myself. I did like him, but comedy wise, White Fang was the best, and Black Dog was the best, and so was Pookie, and all the other characters on the show, which just was very good writing, very interesting writing. But anyway, I digress. We need to get out of here. So with that said, this is Tom saying bye. Michael, say goodbye.
Bye.
Chance, say goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Al,
Thanks for watching,
Al,
everybody.
say goodbye.
Al's checked out.
From way over there, say goodbye, Al.
He's pissed off. He's having a sissy fit.
Al is waving. So we'll see you all later, everybody. And have a good evening. And please, even though it's dated, it dates the show, don't forget the vote.
Yep.
Don't forget
Happy
the vote.
November, everybody.
Yeah, don't forget
Thanks
the
for
vote.
watching.
Okay?
This has been a Filmways presentation, darling.